such nonsense. Because it sounds like they're selling iron condors. If they're selling, they call it a delta neutral options box spread. They're selling, if they're short call spreads and they're short put spreads. So that's an iron condor. That's actually what they're doing. And just so that everyone who, let me just hop in here to Google and I'm going to say iron condor payoff curve, something like that. And so it should bring up, there we go, just like that. So this, if this would open up for me, let me see if I can get this open, iron condor. I'm just looking for what the strategy payoff curve looks like. There it is, awesome. So they're calling this a box spread. And this is not like Treasury-like yield. In no way is this like Treasury yield. This is a high risk strategy. It's defined risk, but it is not Treasury type yield. So kind of funky how over here on Pendle, they call this a delta neutral options box spread that replicates a Treasury-like return profile. I don't know what you think, Ramsey, but I definitely don't think that an iron condor is a Treasury-like return profile.
Anyway,
So
the Iron Condor definition by Tasty Trade is short put spread below the current stocks and short call spread above the price. So it's effectively Iron Condor is a short vertical spread. It looks like a box anyway.
yeah, that's this, but it's really not like a Treasury return, though. So
Uh,
kind of funky how they described it here. So let's see here. Users mint MSY by staking MSUSD, the base token that is always backed one for one with USDC and not deployed into any strategy. Strategy execution and capital allocation are managed by Main Street with yield distributed via the staking mechanism. Okay, got it. So let's see here. MSY is, I don't really know that I want exposure to MSY then. I think I'd be more comfortable with MSUSD. So MSUSD is a soft peg stablecoin issued by Main Street Finance. Each MSUSD is backed one for one with USDC and is not deployed into any yield generating strategy. Users can take MSUSD to mint MSY. That's the protocol's yield bearing strategy token, which earns returns from Main Street's options based strategies. Main Street maintains transparency through independent proof of reserves and solvency verification that can be viewed here. Let's take a look at that. Okay, so Main Street independent proof of solvency. Okay, so let me just scroll down here. Looks like, they have been able to attract some TVL. That's always a good sign. Looks like they maintain over collateralization, which is always a good thing. Okay, so good, awesome. So let's see here. We took a look at re.xyz. We took a look at USD.ai, and we took a look at Main Street.finance. Now that we've done that, I want to hop back into the flight simulator and let's just build a small example portfolio could look like here. I'm going to go ahead and delete these positions. And over here on the left-hand panel in the configuration console, I want to start with re.xyz. And I'm just going to leave that as a placeholder. Let's hop back in here to Pendle. So re.xyz, that is this market, and that's on mainnet. Okay, so I want to see if I can allocate to the junior tranche, REUSDE. And that's going to be that PT right here, yielding 13.43% and maturing in 24 June. I'm going to say PT. I'm just going to go ahead and just copy this if I can. So it's going to be this. Oops, will it let me copy this or not? Maybe. So maybe I've got to go right there. Now it won't let me copy. So PT REUSDE, PT REUSDE, and that maturity there is, what was that, 24 June 2026. So I'm going to go back in here, 24 June. There we go. Perfect.